Hello everyone, welcome to RacePush.com. I am your host, Paul Veltum. Today is the race recap show of the ChumpCar race Double 7 at NCM Motorsports Park. A race that I am renaming the Kentucky Fried ChumpCar race. And I'm calling it the Kentucky Fried ChumpCar race because by the end of this weekend, everyone went home extra crispy and a little dehydrated. And instead of 11 herbs and spices, it was the 11 hours that it took to put these cars back together for Sunday. But by far the biggest story of the weekend has to be Bill Strong's victory in his yellow MR2 on day 2. It's a big deal for those guys, but we'll get into that a little bit later in the show. It wasn't all good for everybody, though. There was some heartbreak as well for Birmingham 2 team. We see by way of video from Eric Yao. So thank you to Eric for giving us permission to see this video. We see the coupe heading down into 7, up to 8, taps the brakes and turns in a little bit far from where he wanted to be, realizing that now, tries to pinch the car down, loses it, and hammers the outside barrier there. It's a pretty big hit. I did reach out to the team captain, Roger, for that team and was able to communicate with him by email. The good news is the driver is A-OK, and the car is going to be okay as well. Now, they tried to get back out on Sunday, but the impact of the accident just loosened up the back end too much. So new bushings and some tow rods, and they should be ready to go for COTA. So, which I think really is probably a better track for them anyway in that car. So I expect them to do a little bit better than what they could have done at NCM, irregardless. But they weren't the only ones that faced challenges as well. There was Victoria's Secret, and I love this post that came from their Facebook page. Came in from the first stint in good position, followed by a sea of issues. I love that. Engine moved so much from soft stock mounts, the radiator hose hit the power steering pulley and caused a pinhole. Replaced hose and back on track shortly until the ECU connector got loose. Blew an exhaust manifold gasket. Then the rear subframe toe adjusters became loose. So adjusters were welded, new gaskets are in, and the car is ready to go again for tomorrow. And with that, we can move to the Saturday's race results. It was the Spartan Racing 1995 BMW taking the overall win, and Cone Crushers coming in second. Bill Strong in his Racing Strong MR2 coming in third position. Dominated the race for a period of time, but then as the race wore on, it was mechanical issues that began to plague him and his team with this broken shifter cable, and somehow they ejected a brake pad as well on course. Nevertheless, setting the fastest lap time of the weekend with a 1.41.172 is a smoking quick lap time. Fourth position, though, Chattanooga Touring Wagon. In fifth, it was Clowns Alley. In sixth, No Sense Racing in their 325i. Racing Analytics in seventh in their Miata. In eighth, it was Zorro Racing in their Nissan Sentra. Ninth position, Thing 3 Racing, get this, with 3 new drivers to road racing. These guys not only have never been on this racetrack before, but have never been road racing. And they still pull out a solid third position in class. 10th position, it was Busted Axle Motorsports. Moving on to the EC class, you know, it may have been a terrible weekend for Toyota at Le Mans, but it was a great weekend for Toyota here in the States with the MRE team taking EC class. It was the Poor Sport Racing Mustang taking second, and Fried Chicken and Gasoline in their 06 MX-5 taking third. Down to D class, it was Bliss Racing's 85 Camaro taking first position. Down to just 88 laps completed, it was the Mustang of American Pride, and only 49 laps completed, it was the 84 Camaro for Checkered Pass. In Class C, it was Cone Crushers in that beautiful Porsche 944 with the blue and orange livery, taking first place in class. Second, it was an injured Racing Strong MR2 finishing the race, moving at only about 20 miles per hour, but was able to take that second place position. In third, it was Chattanooga Touring Wagon in their BMW. Down to B class, it was Zorro Racing in their Nissan Sentra taking first place. In second, it was the Junk Player Specials Jetta GL with nothing but pure steel brake pads at the end of their race. In third position, it was the RSX Racing Escort, who was black flagged from the track with a leaking transmission. Into A class, it was Spartan Racing, not only with the overall win, but of course winning in their class in their 318. In second position, Racing Analytics in their 94 Miata. And third, once again, it was Thing 3 Racing in their 94 Miata. Now, Andrea was down in the garages after the race and did get an interview from the Spartan Racing team, the overall winners of the race. So let's listen to that.
And we are live again. This is Nate from car 172 Spartan Racing. They were the top finishers today, first day of our 14-hour race. They finished all 7 hours. How many laps did you guys put down?
We'd have to check, maybe 210?
Somewhere around 210. Okay. All right, Nate, tell me about your experience today.
We had a lot of fun. You know, this is our second time back to NCM. Facilities are all new, and it worked out really well. It was so nice to have this here. You know, track was great. It was really hot today. We were struggling with that, but you know, we got a couple lucky breaks, and it all worked out for us.
And you were sans cool suits, right?
Yes, no cool suit today. I would not recommend it.
All right, anything else you want to say?
Oh, just thank you to our sponsors, AKG Motorsports, Fast Tech Limited, Bimmer World, everyone who helps us out. We really appreciate it. Go green.
And what do you got planned for fixing the car up tonight, getting ready for tomorrow's race?
We've got wheel bearings, we've got a line that's leaking, we have no transmission fluid, we need brake pads. It's going to be a long night.
Is this where your team's already headed? Are they already outsourcing?
They're out making a parts run, trying to source wheel bearings. So.
All right, and there's our fastest car today, our top finisher for day one of our NCM ChumpCar race.
All right, and so a little bit of a misspeak there. Actually, Bill Strong did have the fastest lap of the weekend and of that race. But it was a similar story across the paddock. A lot of work had to be done by multiple teams to get their cars ready for the Sunday race. It was a lot of brake issues. There were transmission issues, wheel bearings, kind of the typical stuff. But this was a hard race. Temperatures north of 90 degrees, not much cloud cover to speak of. It was, by anyone's standards, grueling. But it was great to see the teams persevere. Here we have RSX Racing. Their transmission had begun leaking. They came in early, began working to replace that. Into the wee hours of the morning, transmission is replaced, only to find out that that backup transmission was also bad. Talk about adding insult to injury. Now looking ahead to Sunday's results, it was Bill Strong and the Racing Strong Motorsports MR2 taking the big win. Troy Truglio, I hope I said that right, sharing driving duties along with the other drivers. They took this car to the front fairly early in the race and really never looked back, winning this race in dominating style. It was a huge win and a very convincing one at that. In second place, a bridesmaid once again, Cone Crushers 86 Porsche. In third, the RPM 94 Miata. In fourth position, it was No Sense Racing in their 85 E30. In fifth position, it was Manavani Costin RBankingRacing.com 1990 Miata. I'm running out of words. In fifth position. In sixth, it was Monkey C Motorsports 1990 BMW 318. In 7th, it was Racing Analytics, the 94 Miata. In 8th, it was Gotham City Racing in their new car for this year, the BMW 328 and EC class. In 9th, it was Sheetbox Racing in their BMW 325i. And in 10th, it was Victoria's Secret Racing in their 325 IS. Now, moving down the leaderboard, looking at EC, it was the Gotham City Racing guys taking first place. In 2nd, it was Fried Chicken and Gasoline in their MX-5. In 3rd position, with only 25 laps turned, it was the Poor Sport Racing guys. Down into Class D, it was Bliss Racing's 85 Camaro Z28 taking the win. The other two guys did not turn a lap that day. In Class C, of course, it was the Racing Strong Motorsports guys taking the win. In 2nd position, Cone Crushers, and in 3rd, No Sense Racing in their E30. Down to Class B, it was the Zorro Racing 92 Nissan Sentra taking first position. Team Bitter Racing in their Nissan 200 SX taking second. And that Junk Player Special Jetta taking 3rd place. For the B class. Down to A class, it was the RPM Miata taking first. In 2nd, it was the Manavani guys. And in 3rd, it was Monkey C Motorsports in their 1990 BMW. The Gotham City Racing team posted on their Facebook, "Awesome day of racing made up for yesterday's disappointment. 8th place overall and 1st place in our class. Amazing driving all weekend by the guys. Race car going home without even a scratch." So a fantastic weekend for those guys, but by far couldn't be matched by the weekend that Bill Strong and his team had, taking the overall win for the first time in Chump Car. An amazing performance for those guys. Congratulations, team. You do have the RacePush.com award of the race as well. And we would be remiss in our duties if we didn't show you this fantastic video of Bill taking the baptismal of beer rather than champagne, which I think is perfect, absolutely fitting. I don't think the team could have given him a better gift, aside from the win, than the shower of beer at the end of the race. It's just fantastic. It's great to see a team persevere in this way. You know, these guys have worked so hard for so long trying to get this to happen, and to be a part of that and to see that and to get it all on camera. And I just can't think of anything more that I could have wished for that weekend. So congratulations to Bill, to Troy, to everybody on the team. You know, you guys did a fantastic job. And in fact, Bill is going to be on the show. He's agreed to do an interview with us. So make sure you catch that, because I can't wait. It's going to be fantastic. I can't wait to talk to him. So make sure you check out our shows. Go to our Facebook page, go to our YouTube channel, like us, and subscribe so that way you don't miss out on any of these things. Until next time, I am Paul Veltum. I just can't get over that video. That's fantastic. We'll see you next time. Take it easy.